Welcome to the Reality Check. Today, July 3rd, 2018. This is the July 4th Eve show, I guess we can say. And it also is here, our 1-year anniversary on the Reality Check. 1 year ago, really tomorrow, because it was on the 4th where the first show was, when we were broadcasting in Phoenix. We had our first show. So, some people said we went downhill from them, but, Now, next up, we also have UFC 226 preview. We also can talk about the World Cup and, of course, much more news, news around the world. So let me get out of the way of the camera for a minute and grab some stuff. All right, so we'll start this out with, of course, July 4th, tomorrow. Big day across America. It was, July 2nd, 1776, that the Continental Congress voted in favor of independence. And 2 days later, the delegates from our 13 colonies adopted the Declaration of Independence, a historic document drafted by none other than Thomas Jefferson. From 1776 to the present day, July 4th has been celebrated as the birth of American independence. And, with festivities ranging from fireworks, parades, parties, to the casual family gatherings and barbecues. Even in some areas, they have little drone shows, because in dry areas like in Arizona, they don't want to have the fireworks. So John Adams believed that July 2nd was the correct date on which to celebrate the birth of American independence. And he would reportedly turn down invitations to appear on July 4th in protest. Adams and Thomas Jefferson both actually died on July 4th. Independence Day, what does it do? What does it do for people? Hopefully, in general, say it restores pride. It restores American pride. It makes people feel better about being American. It reminds us that it's great to be a proud American. We don't have to sit and hate, and as you hear people say, it's cocky for Americans to think they're the best. It's actually normal and good and productive to think you're the best. It's, when you have to insult others, that obviously that's a problem. But you can always think you're the best and push yourself to be. So what else about Independence Day? We know liberals hate it for the most part. Socialists loathe it. Remember, though, you could be living in a place that has no rights at all. And July 4th means supporting the United States and respecting the flag. The military, from days of soldiers and muskets to the modern force we have today, right? With each military conflict that we've had, there have been remarkable stories of ordinary young Americans rising to the occasion, demonstrating heroic acts and selfless service. This is a great country, regardless of the current political era. If we had the pride of our forefathers, we'd be able to accomplish most things. Every decent person wants America to be great. We have to love America as it is, to have the passion and energy to make those changes for the better, or to make it the best place it could be. Thanks to all our brave heroes that serve every day, and thanks to all that have made the ultimate sacrifice. They are the brave ones that's really, we actually have this opportunity to have, not only enjoyment, reflection, and anything else we could possibly have on the 4th. So it is owed to them. So now, let's see. We'll go over some news stuff. We can do that because we can't do a whole straight string of that stuff. The stories are just so ridiculous, outrageous, sad in a lot of cases that we have to break it up with our little sports endeavors that we have here from time to time, whether it's UFC, World Cup. I don't know. I guess people want to hear about LeBron went to LA. Now the news is trying to say it's to be an activist and part of the resistance movement. Who really cares? He can go hang out with LeVar Ball. The NBA, pretty much, to be honest, it disintegrated since the days of Michael Jordan. Seriously, I know people don't want to hear me get into this part, but let's just say it like it is. The NBA used to be competitive and fun and hard hitting, I guess you could say. But these people played tough. They ran up and down the court. You didn't hear people crying. People were playing with blood in their face. It was, do I say, real men back in the day? That's what it was. And then when Michael Jordan came into the league, the guy was a tremendous athlete, absolutely. Um, he can do a lot of things that most people couldn't even dream of doing physically. But the NBA took it upon him to be the superstar, and just the way the game was officiated, some of the things you see, whether it was the push of the hip in one playoff game or the slap and Hornacek face in another playoff game, things that anybody else would have gotten a foul for, Jordan got to get away with. And I know superstars get away with things. Absolutely, don't get me wrong on that. But it was a kind of ridiculous. It was a game-changing thing. There were the four-step walks to the basket that were frequent in the Jordan era, with Michael Jordan leading the way. There was the revisionist history where everyone would, I mean, pretty much if you listen to these people, you think Dr. J got the dunk where he jumps from the foul line.